Hello, everybody. Welcome to Live Large Universe, episode 32. Man, oh man, what have I gotten myself into tonight? Guys, we are going to be talking tonight about the Knockers Bikini Run in St. Germain, Wisconsin. It's going to be part of the annual Hillers Radar Run. And so come on in, check it out. We got a lot of exciting things to talk about. I'm going to leave the picture up here just for a minute while we get some people to come in. But what I said, if you missed it already, is like, what have I gotten myself into? Man, oh man, oh man. My new friend, Amy Greenberg, is going to be here with me tonight, and we're going to be talking a little about the Bikini Run. So come on in, and your job in the people who are watching, go in here and go into the comments right now and let us know where you're watching from. Just write in the comments, go in there and say, hey, this is John Smith from St. Germain, Wisconsin, or this is, Sarah Anderson from Colorado Springs, Colorado. That's what I want to see, and that'll help us know who's all watching and what's going on. We've got a lot of folks coming in. So, guys, check this out, the Bikini Run. This is what the topic is tonight, and we're going to go ahead and show you. This is what it's all about. We've got one of the racers here racing down the track in a bikini, raising money for charity. The charity that they're going to be helping out is Pink Ribbon Riders, and we're going to talk about that in just a little bit. So I have Mr. Matt, Mr. Ochi down in Colorado is here. We've got Pink Ribbon Riders, which is our friend Jody McKay is watching. We've got Greg is here. Jennifer is here. People are just piling in. Here we go. Come on in. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from, and we're going to get down to business in just a minute. So before we do, quick commercial break for all of you. You all know the rules, which is let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Here's the other thing you need to do. Share the show, because you know what? If only you watch it, that only gets part of the job done. We got to get everybody watching this thing, and the only way we're going to get everybody to watch us is if every single one of you who are watching this tonight shares this out, and share it on your personal page for sure. But if you have a Snowmobile Club page, you have a Snowmobile swap meet page, I don't know, anything that you got going on that's Snowmobile related, Pink Ribbon Riders related, Bikini Run related, I don't know, whatever you got going on, just share it out, and you'll be entered in to win this amazing prize pack from Mountain Lab. Mountain Lab is all the things that are in your tunnel bag when you're out sledding. The prizes we're going to give away tonight as part of the share and win contest are these two saws. We have the Mountain Lab chainsaw, the backcountry chainsaw, and the folding hand saw. Both of these are available to you just for coming in and talking a little bit about it. So, by the way, there's a couple other little things that you want to know about in the show notes. There's several things going on in there. We're going to have one link in there for Pink Ribbon Riders. That's the first one. The other link you're going to see in there is Avalanche Alliance, guys. Everybody should know that the Avalanche Alliance Sweepstakes is out there right now. It's live. If you use the link in this show in the month of December, so through December 31st, that link will give you an additional 20% more tickets or entries for your money. So, all right. So Pink Ribbon Riders, question is, can we share while you are live? Absolutely, yes. You can go in here right now. There should be a share button at the bottom of your screen. You can share it out right now as we're doing this. You can share it out afterwards too, but the more we share it now early, the more people we get to come in and watch. So we'll have a bunch of people here. So we've already got, it shows on the computer here, 36 live viewers and climbing. So we love that. That's awesome. So the other thing is there's merchandise, Live Large merchandise. All the money that we raise for that goes to the Live Large University Scholarship Program as well. So Amy, are you ready? Because I'm going to drop down my picture here, and I'm going to bring you on here in 3, 2, and 1. Holy smokes. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, John. I'm pretty excited to be here.
I am excited, but I'm just going to be honest with you. I'm a little nervous. It's rare that on my own show I get nervous, but when I'm forced to put up beautiful women in bikinis on my screen for everybody to see, it makes me a little nervous. It's a little out of my comfort zone, Amy, just so you know that, right?
Right. I'm pretty nervous myself.
So here's some exciting news, guys. So I'm going to cut to the chase here and let everybody know that tonight we are going to do the show. We're going to talk about all the amazing things going on. But while we do this, we are going to be doing a live fundraiser at the same time. And so everybody listen close, because here's what's going to happen. We're going to set a goal, and the goal we're going to start with, because what does $500 do, Amy, for the Pink Ribbon Riders? What do you guys do with $500? What do you do with that?
Sure, that's actually going to help one patient in Wisconsin. So you're going to put a smile on a breast cancer patient and show them the world. It's going to be great.
Yeah, and Pink Ribbon Riders, all the money goes to the patients to support them through their journey and what's going on, right? And since we're talking about the bikini run tonight, here's my special announcement. Amy doesn't even know what I'm going to do, right? So if we raise $500, so Pink Ribbon Rider says $500, whoa, that helps one person, man or woman. Like, here we go. Here's the deal, folks. In the honor of tonight, and you can see Amy's got Christmas lights behind her. So I personally, this is going to get a little awkward. I'm just saying, Amy, like I am wearing a Christmas bikini top under my hoodie. You see it? And if we can raise $500, I'm going to take my hoodie off and I'm going to finish out the rest of the show in a bikini top because we're going to celebrate tonight is bikini night. And I figured, why shouldn't John be here in a bikini as well with everybody else? And so what do you think of that? Do you think we can raise $500 and get John in a bikini?
Absolutely, hands down. And I am so glad you're just telling me this now and not making me wear a bikini top.
No. It's all good. It's all good. Like I'm gonna do it. Like I said, it even has like jingle bells. It even has jingle bells on it. Like just so you know, like once I get it off, you guys will see it. So here's what we're gonna do. Everybody is right now. There's a link if you want to go in and donate live. Great. But here's all you have to do is go into the comments and say I commit to, or like I'm gonna join here. What's the word I'm looking for? I said it before the show. I'm committing to. What's the word? Oh, I can't think of it. Yeah. Anyway, if you just say like I'm gonna donate $10, I'm gonna donate $100, I'm gonna donate $500, whatever it is that you want to donate as you're watching the show right now. Pledge. There it is. That's the word. So if you will be willing to pledge any amount of money towards our $500 goal, you're gonna see me in a bikini. You can do it in 10 minutes. You can do it in 30 minutes. Whatever it is, but it's up to you guys. And then we'll get to that. If we actually make the $500 and I take my top off, there's a second phase of this that we'll talk about at that point in time. But let's get started with the show. So let's see the pledges come in. I'll try to monitor them, but Jody from Pink Ribbon Riders is going to be monitoring it and let us know if we hit our goal. So I'll be kind of watching it, keeping track of it. Hopefully we'll get there too. So let's raise some $500 tonight. Oh my gosh, Amy, I'm so nervous. I kind of secretly only want you to.
Where were you?
I kind of only
you're
want.
gonna be-
Yeah, I kind of only want you to raise $499 and not 500, just so I don't have to take my top off. But if you do, I'm a man of my word. I'm gonna pull it off. We'll make it happen. So,
I don't doubt it.
all right. Well, let's dive into the show. This is gonna be a good one tonight. So let's start with you and I bumped into each other at Heydays this year, and that's how this whole thing got scheduled. So tell me a little bit about your trip to Heydays and how it is that when you and I bumped into each other, you were like, did you recognize me, or did you come? Tell me your side of the story. What happened in Heydays?
Sure. We always go out there to meet sponsors, new and old. They're continuing. And so we were walking around, meeting everybody. And our mutual buddy, Kevin Boggs, was like, Amy, John Ferrian from LiveLARGE is here. You got to meet this guy. So he brought me over to you. And sure enough, I mean, I feel like we were buddies right there.
Absolutely. It was the Friday night party, kind of warming up for Heydays, and we got to hang around, listen to some music, and have a beer together on the grounds while we were camping overnight. So it was awesome. So I'm excited because what I love more than anything is when a guest is excited to come on the show. Because, I can reach out to anybody and I can ask them to come on the show, but when someone approaches me, it makes it a little extra special because I know that they're truly excited about being on here, and that just brings the vibe right where it needs to be. So very cool. So give us a little background of who's Amy Greenberg, right? Like, I mean, where are you from? Like, what are you about? Tell us a little bit about your family. Let us get to know Amy a little bit. So,
Sure. Yeah. I'm from Jamestown, New York, but happened to be blessed to move here when I was in seventh grade and brought to northern Wisconsin. I lived directly in St Germain. My two first people that I met was Kevin Boggs and my now significant other, Greg Burns. And those guys taught me how to ride. These days when school gets canceled because of cold weather, parents are like, stay in the house. Nope. Kevin, Greg, and I, we were on our snowmobiles. We were on Little Saint. We were out riding.
yeah.
So that's where my love for the sport started. And then it just kind of it grew from there. Greg and I have started our own power sport business. So he wrenches on the sleds and boats, and we rent both of them. So it just kind of continues in our everyday life. And you've mentioned several times on your show about the snowmobile family. It's true.
Yeah.
Everybody's a family, and we all are excited to get geared up in that. So yeah, we've got our two kids, and just living life large.
Living large, living large. So, in case anybody doesn't know, I mean, a lot of people might be new to watching the show the first time, and the whole premise of the show and kind of what live large means to me and why you see it on the wall behind me and everything is live life to the fullest, make the most of every day, and make a difference to others. And when I bring a guest on, those are usually the things that are rattling around in the back of my head. Is like, is this person love to live an adventure? Are they out there making the most of every day? And are they out there making a difference for others? And check, check, check. Amy, you checked all those boxes, so here we are tonight. So very cool, very cool. So I'm going to repeat one more time just in case somebody there. So we're doing a fundraiser here live right now, and a bunch of the racers have dropped their links in there too. And so whether the racers, we have donations made to their links, whether we have donations made to the Pink Ribbon Riders link, all the money is going to end up with Pink Ribbon Riders. And so regardless of if somebody on here is making a donation to Pink Ribbon Riders direct or to one of the racers, totally cool either way. Just let us know in the comments that you're pledging to raise whatever amount of money is. And if we can raise $500 tonight, I'm going to do a little strip tease. I've got a bikini top on, and I'm going to finish the show in a bikini top. So we'll see if we can make that happen. So far, I'm not seeing too many pledges coming in, guys, so it's up to you. So I don't know. Maybe my wife, Edith, like Amy, what do you think? Edith's probably watching in the other room. You think she'll pledge anything?
She better.
Oh, she just got called out. Just called. Oh, I got a Kevin Hedstrom just pledged $50. We've got a pledge in here right now, so that's awesome. So
Awesome.
all right, the money's starting to come in. So let's get back to the show. Let's talk a little bit about the Hillers radar run and kind of like how did that all start? Like, I mean, it's been going on for quite a few years, but walk us through kind of the stages of it. Like, how did it start? How did you get involved in it? Let's talk through that.
Sure, absolutely. It's kind of a funny story. So the West Bay of Little St. Germain Lake, where the event is held, it's been an iconic bay for, gosh, John, 40 years plus. I mean, any one of us that has either bartended in the area or that has heard the stories. We've witnessed it in the bars of all the talk that the guys have and who's got what and who's going to win the race. So
Yeah.
it's just been that iconic way. So, three local guys were sitting in the bar one night and said, you know what, we're going to make this safe. We're going to make it awesome. And let's just create the race for these guys in this bay. And literally on a bar napkin, they started the radar run. And 18 years later, here we are.
That's awesome.
So then, yeah, it was pretty incredible. So, the first year, went off and shortly after, of course, you realize that you need a show. And so here came the bikinis. So quite the interesting dynamic to add to an event like that.
Yeah. Yeah, let's get into that in a little bit here too, but let's deep dive into the radar run. So let's tell us a little bit about where it's located, because people from all over the country are going to be watching this. And so, wow, we got another one in here. So I've got Jeff Ewald. I'm not sure how to say his last name exactly.
Jeff Ewald.
Just doing or pledged $25, and we have Edith Farian throwing down. Oh my God, here we go. She's throwing down $100. So we're already. Oh my gosh, here they come. We got Megan is another $25. Says coming in from Luke Dobbs, I think. Eric Nelson just pledged $50. I think we're gonna get to it pretty quick. So,
Wow.
Jody, like I'm gonna maybe not look for a little bit just because I don't want to have to do it as soon as I have to. But let us know when we hit it. But yeah, everybody, we're have pledges coming in, and I'm gonna put this I can pull some of these comments right into the show in the bottom of us here. I'm gonna put Edith's pledge in there because so far Edith's got the biggest pledge. Anybody can throw in more than $100. I'll put your pledge in on the show live here as well too. So got more people coming in. Awesome. So. Wow. But yeah, let's talk about that. So tell us where St. Germain, Wisconsin is, because frankly, there's folks that are watching, I know for sure, maybe don't even know where that's at. So let's go deeper into the radar run and where it's at and kind of historically, like what kind of races it is, like different classes. Let's just dive into some of the details of it so we can kind of spread this out a little bit and get some money going in here. And then we'll dive into the bikini runs in a few minutes. So.
Yeah, sounds great. So, yeah, right in the heart of St. Germain, Wisconsin, that if you can believe it, we're only an hour from the UP border. So we're here, but that only means that we're in snow country. So trails are great that weekend usually pans out for all that. And so it's February 3rd and 4th. We always have it the first weekend in February. So get your lodging because that books up. But yeah, we've got two tracks. We have a 660-foot snow track, and we have ice tracks that can be fun or for points. It's a record holding track that SLSA comes in and runs for us. So racers all over the board, or just come off the trail and check out and see how fast your sled goes.
Yeah,
So that's kind of the whole event, but we got to make it fun too, right? So of course our Bobo Ones Club has the food and beer tents. We're growing our vendors row, so you're gonna see like DSG, Fly Racing, Lakeland Power Sports down there with the fantastic Polaris gear. So we gear it towards the whole family, everybody. There's something for everybody at the event.
that's awesome. That's awesome. And so the radar rent itself is kind of a community event, right? And all the money, like the event itself, is all works as kind of a nonprofit, and it brings money to different volunteer groups that are helping, whether it be clubs or these different organizations. Just kind of collectively, like how is the money kind of like what are the different groups and how is the money impacting your community? Let's talk about that again, more so just for the radar run portion of it. So
Sure, absolutely. That's an excellent point because I urge anybody listening to this or runs an event like this,
yeah,
reach out to your clubs, reach out to your town. If we didn't have our St. Germain Chamber backing us, and our local town, you can't put on an event like this. So everybody in a whole at this event is doing it for our community. So like I had mentioned before, the Bobo and Snowmobile Club, helping out in the food and beer tent. We've got the ATV Club down there that's running the shuttles. We have the Men's Church Club that's helping out with parking.
it's awesome.
We have the kids coming down from the schools having to do their community hours, and put it back into their community. So it's a great way. And then what we do is if they've got so many volunteers and they make it happen, then we donate back to them. So reach out, guys. If you're in the club, they've got something for you to do. They
Yep.
need help, and to continue events like this, we need the support.
Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. So we have one comment here from Kevin Hedstrom, who made a donation earlier, and he goes, "My mother-in-law had breast cancer. I'm definitely behind this event and kind of supporting this thing too." And thank you, Kevin, for sharing that. I dropped that into the show notes here too as well. And I'll just share that my own mother has had a double mastectomy because of breast cancer as well in her life. And so I think that's the thing is like we're gonna get to this in a minute about the Pink Ribbon Riders and what that's all about. But the fundraiser we're doing tonight live right now, just so y'all know, is what people in the comments are donating money for is we're raising money for Pink Ribbon Riders. You can do it either, a pledge in the comments and then follow up afterwards in the show notes. There's a link for the Pink Ribbon Riders website where you can go in and donate. There's also racers at the beginning here who have a bunch of links in there, and you can actually sponsor and donate towards some of the racers. And if any of the money goes to them, that money circles right back through in the fundraisers and go from there. So Edith Farian, my wife, says, looks like we're halfway there. Let me see what it says here. So it says, looks like we're halfway there. Donations are good for cause. So let's get John in a bikini. There we go. There we go. I think my wife is secretly like just cheering everybody on. So
Yeah.
says we're at 175 so far, Jody says, but I think there's probably even more coming in yet. So I bet there's more coming. So all right. So, yeah, you talked a little bit about the bikini event and how that all started. Let's just kind of start from the beginning of like, okay, we're doing a radar run, it's going on, and all of a sudden someone says like, oh yeah, let's do a bikini run in the middle of the radar run. Like, how does that idea even start, and what happened, and how has it evolved over time? So let's just tell that whole story now about the bikini part of the run.
Yeah, so that kind of just came up in talk from all around the guys. What are we going to do? How are you going to make it racy or fun, or make an appearance to have everybody come? So they literally created this part of it, and the first year they took it off, it was just let's see where it goes. So four girls came down, and at that time we weren't raising money, we weren't really having
Yeah.
any clue about it. I wasn't even involved in that time. So they did the racing, and the next year. the one of the directors, Mark Hiller, who is unfortunately no longer with us, and that's why we have that title of it, was like, Amy, you got to come out and do this.
Yeah.
So the year I happened to do it, it was 17 below.
Wow.
I laid down the fastest speed, which is not even a thought right now at 88 miles an hour. These girls are smoking
Yeah,
that.
that's awesome.
So yeah, I came back to the trailer and it wasn't heated. We were frozen and nowhere to go to warm up. And to this day, I swear he set that up because he knew I would never let that happen again to those girls, and went in and volunteered.
Very good, very good, very good. And so the radar run's been going, or the radar run's been going on for that many years. So says Jody's saying now, or Pink Ribbon Riders is saying that we're at $250 now total. So we're literally at the halfway mark, and so we're getting close. And so like anybody can pledge. Any of the racers, like if you want to, see me in a bikini, I don't know if that's something that my guess is people don't want to see me. Somebody actually made a comment. I think it was Matt Ochinero, right? He goes like, "How much do we pay to not see John in a bikini?" We'll take those donations too. So like either way, we'll take them. We'll take them. We'll take them. So yeah, the bikini run's cool. So tell me a little bit about these ladies who get involved in the bikini run. Like, is there some consistency between like where they're, what their background is, what they're going for? Or is it like people from all walks of life that come in and get involved? Or people motivated because of the adrenaline rush of the race? Is it more maybe they've had a personal experience either with breast cancer or somebody they know has breast cancer? What do you find is the key motivator between the people who are racing the ladies in the bikini runs? And while you share that, I'm actually going to share that picture back up again too, so someone can see what that what it looks like. So we got a picture of it's flagged as Erica. I'm assuming this racer's name is Erica, but here we are at the races. It looks like it's snowing out, and Erica's in a bikini. So tell us a little bit about it as people are looking at the picture.
Sure. I mean, you kind of hit it on the head there. They come from all walks of life. I mean, I think a lot of them just have the love for snowmobiling to begin with, but being part of breast cancer, I mean, you and I have just said how many people we know, and that's just two of us. So I feel that it has touched lives of so many, unfortunately, that they do it for the love of that. And then the love of snowmobiling is incredible. And how much more adrenaline or fun can it be than be in a bikini in the middle of a race in northern Wisconsin? So just all walks of life coming to show the support.
All right. And it looks like Erica's here watching live with us, and she goes, "Hey, that's me." And she dropped her link down here too for her page and her donations and stuff like that too. So, Erica, thanks for letting us show your picture. Jody had sent me over a bunch of different pictures that were available, and I thought this one was a great depiction of the race and what it was all about. And so, thanks for letting us share your picture, and good for you for getting out there and going after it. So that's awesome. All right, so let's talk now a little bit more about Pink Ribbon Riders and like how you got connected with them specifically, right? Was the original bikini run, it wasn't necessarily like, hey, we're going to start raising money for Pink Ribbon Riders. My guess is it just kind of, it came together and it evolved, right? So how does that relationship and that partnership come together between you and Pink Ribbon Riders?
Sure. A couple years without raising, and then when we finally decided that we were going to raise money, at that time we picked Susan G. Komen because that's who you heard of. That's what you
Yeah.
knew. And when I came really on board, it wasn't where I wanted the money going. I wanted it directly helping more. So we were very fortunate that same year to get a partnership with DSG Outerwear, and Travis and Wendy were like, you guys, you got to meet Jody at Pink Ribbon Riders. I think it's right up your alley, exactly what you're looking for. And sure enough, it was. They took us to one of her snowmobile runs and we met her. And ever since then, this is where the money's going. To know that you're directly helping a patient is an incredible feeling, and it means the world. So we're keeping with them.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Let me take a look here quick through our notes and kind of see where we're at in the show here. So we've got Pink Ribbon Riders. We talked about, we met everything, the radar run. So over time now with the Pink Ribbon Riders, like how much money collectively have you been able to raise over the years? Just roughly, what kind of money have you guys been able to raise and make a difference with? So.
Yeah, this small event, you could call it big event, whatever, in northern Wisconsin has raised over $350,000. I mean, these girls are incredible. We've got one racer that singly handed raised $31,000.
Wow.
Just yeah, it's incredible. Just when you think not only that this event can't get bigger, but I have goals personally, and I can remember when that goal was $50,000. I mean, really $10,000, but my biggest goal was 50,000, and we blew it away. We've had 2 consecutive years of 83,000 and 85,000. So to go
That's
from a
amazing.
goal of 50,000, and man, we're gonna hit $100,000 this year, John. I can feel it.
That's amazing. We might raise another
It
500
is.
tonight. I think we're halfway there, but it's a little
Yeah.
light on donations at the moment. So let's see what else we can get in here, guys. I'm going to announce it one more time. Is so we're halfway through a little over halfway through the show, and your goal is to raise $500 live during the show tonight. And if you do, John Farian himself will get into a bikini. I'm going to give you a little teaser, right? So look at it. It's got little pom poms on it. I've got listen. It's got jingle bells on it. It's going to be pretty amazing. Just saying. And so, Neil, come on, buddy. Like I see you in here watching, and I have you please make a pledge and get John in a bikini. It's I don't know what else to say other than like I kind of hope everybody like raises $499 so I don't have to. But if you make $500, like I'm going to do what I say I do. And then there's somebody, I think Michael, you said like, hey, I'll pay $100 to keep John in his clothes. That's the second part of it, right? It's like if we make $500, then we're going to see like, hey, donate more and try to get John back in his clothes. But my stance, Michael, is this is a good cause. Make the donation, get me in a bikini, and you can just close your eyes. We'll just make it easy for you. So, all right. So let's talk now. This is actually part of the show. I'm known as Mr. Safety. Let's just talk about that for a minute, right? And so when
Mhm.
you first approached me, I'm going to be fully transparent. I've kind of expressed this to you personally, but I want everybody to kind of know is like the first thing I thought of was like, oh my goodness, like snowmobile racing is amazing, but traditional snowmobile racing requires a lot of safety equipment. I mean, obviously people wear helmets, which I see the racers doing, but they also typically are wearing like protective gear and padding and all these things. And when I think of the bikini run, like I get the lightheartedness, the fun of it, the fundraising of it. I love all of that. But right away I was like cringing,
Mhm.
going like, what if somebody got hurt and falls off and gets road burn and all these things, and there's so much risk here. Like, can I feel good about doing an episode in a show talking about something that's promoting that could be perceived as not being safe, right? And that was a very much a
Right.
personal concern that I had. And of course, all of these amazing ladies, we don't want any of them to get hurt, of course. And
Mhm.
so you actually took the time, and I really appreciated it, talking me through what were the precautions and the rules and the guidelines and everything that everybody has to go through in order to be able to be qualified to race, and then what other precautions are taken during the races. So go through some details here and let everybody understand like what you're doing to make sure that all of these, precious ladies who are helping raise money are doing it safely. So talk us through that if you would.
Yeah, absolutely. It starts with square one that we prep our track and we make it smooth, and we're out there rolling for a month. So we start off by those basic standards right there. And then we actually meet with the girls on Friday. They've got to come in, turn the pledge money in, they got to sign their liabilities form. They have to have a conversation with me face to face. And at that point in time, we give them paddles where they can go down the track so we can see their skills, see how they're riding. And a lot of girls just want to do it on their own anyways because they might have gotten a new machine. They may
Yeah.
not have, been able to ride like this. So they want to feel their sled as well. To be real honest with you, John, these girls, they're phenomenal riders,
It's awesome.
90% of them. Yeah, you get girls off that are doing it for the cause and they've never been on. Those girls are getting on a two-up sled and having fun with it. They're not out there to crush 100 miles an hour.
Yeah.
But the girls that are out there to beat that number, they absolutely have to be in a tech vest. And we've gotten tech vests from DSG. We have them on hand. These girls want everybody to be safety first, so they share their tech vests. And like you said, of course, helmets have to be on. They've got their gloves and all that on, and we don't want anybody hurt by any means either. So we take all those precautions to make sure we stay safe, and it's about that and raising money for the cause.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And so we've got Get that shirt off. Okay, so here we go. We just had another. We were up to 350, and then I think Kevin Boggs just threw down another $50. And then I'm seeing somebody named Philip Wendell says, "I'll pledge the last $100 to get that shirt off of John." So I think we've just met our goal. I think we're at $500. And so Jody, we're at $400, and Philip just says another 100. So we just hit $500. So here we go. Oh,
show me the bikini.
All right, here we go. Yep. Here it is. Gotta get my arms out of the hoodie. There it is, everybody. John in a bikini. Yes. And look, I got little bells and everything. And so there's my bikini top. And so now, as long as I'm wearing it, so based on how quick we got in the rest of the money, I'm gonna throw down and say let's raise another $200. Maybe $300, but let's go at least $200. And if you don't want to see me in my bikini top anymore, let's throw another. Like Michael, you already have $100. We already had committed above, saying John to put his clothes back on. So maybe Michael, if you'll come back in and recommit to that $100 and commit to it and pledge it, we're already halfway there. And then people can let's call it 300, just make it safe, because I'm gonna assume Michael's a man of his word and he's gonna throw in the $100 to put clothes back on me. And so here we go. So now for the rest of the show, if you can raise another $300, then I'll put my shirt back on. But in the meantime, you're going to have to suffer through this, people. Here it is. This is like probably the most embarrassing thing I've ever done on my show, and I'm doing it because I know it's a good cause. Amy's amazing. Jody's amazing. All of these racers are amazing. They put their neck out there, and I'm, do a little show, if you will, to raise some money for a good cause. And why am I any better or worse than that? Like, I'm just here with everybody else. So. All right. So safety.
Yeah, that only helps support the men's swimsuit run too that Jody throws on Friday night.
We haven't even talked about that yet. We haven't even talked about that yet. So tell us about it. So there's a men's version or a men's edition.
Friday night. Yeah, the girls got so big and they started kind of reaching out to guys and wanted to have someone go against them. So like, guys, let's get involved. It's, as we've mentioned before, the raising of money for breast cancer is for men or women. So why not see what they can do too? So yeah, Friday night at 4:00, Pink Ribbon Riders puts on the men's swimsuit run. So maybe you guys can all come out for that.
There you go. Awesome. So we're up to $530 now. Let's keep going, folks, because if we can raise another 300, I'll put my top back on. But like I said, we don't have too much of the show left here. So let's just see how much more money we can raise. And even if it's just for fun, let's see how much money we can get going here. This is pretty cool. Let's go through and talk about. I think we're at the point where we want to talk. One thing I want to touch on is that the races overall, like every radar run I've ever been to, high speeds action, regardless of if it's the bikini version or otherwise, you guys also have emergency first responders on scene as well, I would assume, at a radar run or a race like that. Is that accurate or no?
Absolutely. We're blessed to have not only the St. Germain Fire Department and Rescue, but Plum Lake comes in as well. And both of them actually receive part of the money that the girls raised along with Jody's half. And so they're both down there. So if something were to happen, unfortunately, in the town or that, we don't have to shut the event down because we always have an ambulance there. Yeah. We've always got safety at both ends of the tracks. And like you said, safety first, right?
Yep, absolutely. So I think the next stage here is to start thanking people who are supporting you. Like, apparently there's a lot of people supporting you. We've got all these racers. We aren't going to be able to name everybody off there too, but let's talk about just event sponsors and specifically, the bikini event, and any sponsors that you have that you want to recognize. So.
Yeah, absolutely. We are extremely blessed this year to bring on some huge sponsors in our eyes, and I think in the snowmobile industry world itself. So Polaris is backing us along with one of their local dealers here, Lakeland Power Sports, coming on in a huge way. And to have a name like that behind us is incredible. And so, of course, when you go make those connections at Heydays and you start talking to these people, they're on board. So Woody's, Caliber, Powermade, Fly Racing, DSG Outerwear, of course, Pink Ribbon Riders are on there. John Deere, this event can't happen without John Deere. The equipment they give us to do this event is incredible. Dan Dumas does our social media and our drone footage with shooting his camera, and that it's just incredible work. We're very blessed to have him. And then, of course, Dodge of Eagle River. They give us our trucks and our plow trucks and stuff out there. So these are all sponsors, our St. Germain Chamber of Commerce, that we are so thankful. And like I said, we can't do this event without those
That's awesome. That's
sponsors.
awesome. Well, let's talk specifics. I know we kind of referenced it earlier, but let's talk about the upcoming event and the specifics of it. So the date, the location, how people find information about it, anything you want to share about the upcoming event that's, and all the details around it. So.
Sure, absolutely. So again, it's February 3rd and 4th, the first weekend in February. You can find a ton of information at radarracers.com. You can reach out to us on Facebook at Radar Racers. We are very good at responding to our messages, and whether it's racers looking for details on what class they can be in or what's going on, or just the times of things. So track opens at noon on Friday and we run till 4 o'clock. That's just the fun run side of it. And then we've kind of made the fun this year, and we keep the beer tent going, and we've got a band in there Friday night. And then we open up the track at 10 a.m. and Kurt Mohawk starts racing with SLSA right away at 10. And he doesn't shut his track down till 5, and we've got our snow track going that whole time too. So come out, support the event, support towns. We say heads in beds, John, and everybody wants that in a community, right? So come out and support every angle that you can.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, here's our chance to cover anything we might have forgotten. Any final thoughts? Any final words?
Are we at another $300?
We're not. We're not, unfortunately, and we're almost ready to wrap the show up. And so I think people are going to have to just, end the show with this horrible image in their mind. And let me fix my strap here because it looks like it's bunching up a little bit. So does that help? So wait, we're at 630. So. Oh dear. Here's what I'm gonna do. Is like Edith already donated, so the Farians are already in for $100, and I'm just I need a tan. Yep. Somebody says Jody says like I need a tan. Like I haven't been tanning in a while, but let me just round this off and let's make this an even $700 for tonight. And so Edith and I collectively will be in for $170. And so let's just round it off. We'll call it a nice even $7. So everybody who watched, thank you for your donations. Thank you for all the love that you've provided. And please go in, if you've pledged, go in there and make sure you're donating to the Pink Ribbon Riders link, or one of the other racers. You can sponsor them as well too, but just confirm and send a note to me or somebody that you donated to the ladies, the racers, instead of Pink Ribbon Riders, so we don't have to bug you later, because we want to kind of hold you to your word of what you're doing. So we're at $700. We've just closed it out. But guess what? If somebody's watching this replay, that doesn't mean we have to stop donating. This is an amazing cause, and for sheer entertainment value, you guys should pay the donations so that I never do this again, because if I can help it, I'm going to try really hard not to if I can help it. So, wait, it says, I think we have 800. Wait, somebody just says I think we have 800 total now. I don't know where the other 100 just came out of the blue. So either way, but I think we did it. But we're ready to wrap it up anyway. So rather than putting my shirt on, I'll just say, let's close this out. Any final words? Last chance.
Yeah, I absolutely just want to really quick touch on the Bikini girls.
Please do.
We may put this event on for them, but these girls are dedicated, and they run their own snowmobile runs, poker runs, golf outings. The creativity that they get, you guys, they've got some incredible gear that they create. I mean, who doesn't want to wear a shirt that's got a girl in a bikini on a snowmobile? So like John said, reach out, find a way to donate. Just doesn't have to happen tonight, but whenever you can.
There you go. So Philip here just says, I'm betting we could raise money at Heydays next year to see you in this outfit all weekend. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'll have to consider that, but I don't know that I'm in on a all weekend Heydays thing. That could be. I mean, like, people, it's not that good. Trust me, it's not that good. It's not
epic.
It's not. So yeah, anyway, but one final reminder. Thank you all for watching. God bless everybody. Live large and have an amazing night. So Amy, hang on, and I'll see you on the flip side here.
Sounds great. Thanks to all.